Ben talks about sex, and this is all about baby daddy, and that's how I became a baby daddy through sex. We're talking about it next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I love it. I love me some good rock.
Here we go.
Now listen, this ain't no make-believe.
I just realized this is the first after show we have not used the Baby Daddy theme song.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I love
It feels so weird.
I love it. You guys, that's actually the real theme song to the guy who's in this episode. We're going to talk about the wrestler in this episode. He's actually a wrestler in real life going into acting.
And that's his song.
That's his song. Thanks to James, my other James, that's in the booth. We love that. You guys, welcome to Baby Daddy. It's the after show here at AfterBuzz TV, AfterBuzzTV.com. I am one of your hosts, James Lott Jr., and of course, with me always and everywhere. I'm like everywhere.
Always and everywhere.
Not everywhere, but always with me, every episode, Dakota T. Jones.
What is up, guys? You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
Go to YouTube. He has videos and things on there.
Thank
and you
you.
can follow me at James Lott Jr. Just Google me and I'll show up at your house.
Yeah. Just show right up to your house. Speaking of something that's going to show up right to your
Yes,
house,
tell 'em.
if you guys watch Freeform and you also love the show Young and Hungry, we have the book Young and Hungry, Your Complete Guide to a Delicious Life. It's going to hit stores on April 11th. You can order it on Amazon.com, pre-order it. It will be shipped right to your door. An incredible book written by Diana Snyder, who was on my talk show. She's the writer of Young and Hungry, one of the writers, and wrote this amazing book, so you guys got to check it out. And also, check out the episode I did with her on my new talk show, Millennial Hollywood, on Popcorn Talk.
He has a talk show, you guys. Millennial Hollywood, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
As a person who has their own talk show, I know how it feels.
Yes.
It's a wonderful feeling. It's your show. You show your point of view.
Yes.
Have your guests on you want to have gone.
It's so much
I'm
fun.
very happy for you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very happy for you. So that's part of the Freeform family, which we are part of the Freeform family.
Yes, we are.
So, yes, it was kind of great. Well, those are the good old days when wrestling was interesting. That's right, Diane. Diane, little Brianna, who is Billie Jean Girl, and Tiffany's in. We have all regulars.
Hey,
They're
what's
in
up,
there.
guys? Welcome back.
Yes, definitely, you guys. Let's see. I'm thinking about it. So I said, there's other people there too. So that's really good. You guys are following us and watching. You can follow us on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud. Go to AfterBuzz TV. Then go to Baby Daddy. And it's only really 2 seasons of it up right now. It's us.
I know. I think there was one briefly, like the very beginning.
Don't watch that one. But ours.
Watch ours.
Watch ours. I mean, we're the ones that are good. So.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yes. So this was Ben Rides a Unicorn.
What a title.
Double entendre. Yes.
What a title. I just want to say these
Yes,
whole series, these past like 8 episodes have been about nothing but sex. And it's like, we get it. Sex. You put and it happens. But let's just like, yes, we get it's Freeform, and I love Freeform.
We do. We love it.
It's literally my favorite channel, but maybe we can like take a notch down and not have to talk about sex every episode. Like, I always never have anything negative to say, but it does bother me a little bit. Like, okay, we get it. Like, let's talk about other interesting topics, because when it was ABC Family, they didn't necessarily always have the liberty to just talk about sex.
Yeah.
So they talked about other things, and other things are funny too.
Yes, I kind of agree with you. I think they have been really heavily relying on the sex thing. I still found some funny parts and there's some good stuff, but I kind of agree with this. Like, there's other things you can talk about too, and the family stuff, and
I feel
jobs. Like what did Tucker happen to Tucker in Los Angeles?
Exactly.
So that's what we could talk about.
I think that, have you not noticed that Ben, every time he opens his mouth,
horn
it's about
dog.
sex?
The horn dog.
And I mean, you're kind of teaching people back home it's okay to be sex addicts in a sense.
Jeez. Well, somebody said in here like Ben should be single for a while.
He needs to be single. He needs to spend some time with the Lord.
Yes.
He needs to pray.
He needs some Jesus in his life.
He needs some Jesus.
That's right. Well, jeez.
Jesus.
G's, not the G's. But okay, so John Morrison from WWE was in this episode.
Yes.
Folks in here, I see Ben Connolly just mentioned that Genevieve's in here. They're so excited. Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo. Were all those the names, James, of him? Was any names were missing?
So he was originally John Morrison,
Okay.
and then he became Johnny Nitro, and now he is Johnny Mundo.
So
Okay.
Ben is correct. So it's Johnny Mundo. He's Johnny Mundo.
Man of many names.
And in Spanish, Mundo is world.
Really?
So, yeah. So he's Johnny World.
I actually was very impressed. I thought he was a great actor.
Yeah, I think he did a fine job. Actually, he was kind of funny, and seeing him and Derek Theler together, just kind of these two big guys.
I know.
Going on. They were doing. I think they were doing actual wrestling moves and stuff.
I know. I thought it was amazing how Derek Theler could just like improvise and be like, okay, you know, we're gonna train and I'm gonna wrestle this amazing wrestler.
Yes, I mean, well, Derek's like 8,000 feet tall and you know,
he had
solid.
He was fine.
I think he did just fine. Even though when he hit him with that
chair,
I was like, oh my god! I know it's probably all prop and it was all, but it was just still
the chair bent.
It did, yes.
I was like, oh my gosh! I wonder what kind of. I don't know if that was special effects or I don't know if they literally like used some flimsy material that was gonna bend easily.
Because you know, I used to watch wrestling a long time ago. I haven't watched it in years, but I mean. I don't know. Nowadays, like, is it a real chair?
I don't know. I don't know if that's legal anymore. I'm not really sure. I've never really watched wrestling, but I used to love it. It's not legal.
It was fun back in the day. I used to watch it all the time. It was fun. So we'll just talk about that storyline first. It's basically that Danny finds out that he's watching TV with Emma and Riley, and he finds out that his old Ranger training buddy is a wrestler.
Yep.
So I thought that was an interesting storyline. That was a good storyline.
That was a good storyline.
That was kind of fun, but of course it goes back to sex because it goes back to Bonnie. That basically it was an old training camp, and it was down to him and Danny, and she decided to have sex with him, get him boozed up the night before, and Danny got chosen.
So that way he would be too hungover or drunk to go in, and then she would sleep with him and get him drunk, so that way Danny would be the one chosen. And
Danny felt a little jealous. He didn't know the story, of course. Bonnie knew it, and she tells Tucker the story. But we love Bonnie and Tucker together always. Put them together always. Just the contrast of their heights. It makes me laugh instantly.
I think my favorite line this time was, "Hey, if you help me, I'll get you dinner." Okay, lobster? No, pizza. Okay, steak? No, pizza. Okay, this? No, pizza. Okay, fine.
Yes.
And like I love that he's like, you know what? I can take a pizza.
They're so good together. Oh my god. Who doesn't Bonnie sleep with to help Bonnie? I'm not surprised anymore. I know. I like that storyline better than Ben's sex storyline. Yes, this storyline was actually really funny, slapsticky. That we like from them, that they do really well. They did a lot of slapstick. I'm really curious when we finally get back in the show, we'll get Derek back on the show. Just like there's technical coordinators, was there a wrestling coordinator on set, or did John do all the kind of help with stunts? I mean, I'm just curious of the behind the scenes, how that kind of...
Because it looked like, I mean, I didn't really see any camera cuts that looked like
Derek
wasn't doing it.
Yeah, I think he was doing it.
I feel like he was doing it. I think they were doing some simple moves, but like there was a few where he was kind of like pulling his neck back, and all of those, I mean, I'm sure they had to at least have a day or so of training, or maybe... I mean, you would hope, but I know that their schedule moves very, very fast. They hardly have any time. So maybe that day that they blocked, they just really tried to maybe use 30 minutes or an hour to try to get some moves down. But they did a great job, and it looked very realistic.
It looked realistic to me for what they were doing. So it's just funny. So he meets up with Ryan, and he feels like he's living the life that he didn't live, and Danny feels a little guilty, like I'm living the life that he didn't. But I mean, I don't think that what we found out wasn't really the case. I mean, that wasn't the case. But seeing them together, them playing around, seeing Riley and what's her name walking on. Well, Bonnie hiding from him was really funny at first. Yes. Very slapsticky, very funny. Her trying to hide so we didn't see him. But when Riley and was it Riley and Tucker walking on them doing the neck thing?
Yes.
It was like that was So that was kind of funny. So that was kind of fun. And then the whole thing about Bonnie wanted to get Tucker to help her get Ryan out of this charity match they're going to do.
Yes, because she thinks that basically he's trying to sabotage Danny because he was the reason, or his mom was the reason why he didn't make it into the Rangers. So then he thought, okay, if I can run him and make a public display of him being a loser on national television, maybe then, or in a match, maybe then I'll have my revenge in a sense. Right, so that's what Bonnie thinks that he's after.
So the part that did make me laugh a couple times, well, it made me laugh towards the end because it was really funny, was when Bonnie pulls out, when she goes to the thing pre-match, and she pulls out a syringe with muscle relaxer in it.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, should I be worried because you have a syringe of muscle relaxer? And then when he just takes it, he flicks it.
He like bites off the tip and spits it.
And flicks it, like that's how nurses would do whatever. And she's like, should I be afraid that you know how to do that so well? That was kind of fun.
Ooh, maybe that's like no, I don't know. I don't know if that would be what, how like the whole thing in LA, something happened. I wonder if he had like a little thing with medical, I don't know. But I think it was more of like he was supposed to be in the business and something happened.
Yeah, So, and then of course the fun part, of course, is, the little slapstick moment is when he tries to go to Ryan to give him a B12 shot. Mm-hmm. And he gets excited, throws him against the wall, and
Tucker stabs his own leg.
Yes, that's oh my god, it was so funny.
I know.
Guys.
Oh my gosh. As a person who has needle phobia, this part
you do,
freaked me out. I
You
was
do.
like, oh my gosh.
You have needle phobia.
And then it just spread to his other leg and his other limbs. And he was trying to watch the match, and he's like, Bonnie, can you please put my head up so I can watch? And she was like, amazing.
So funny. It was just his comic timing and all that slapstick was really funny. And so this is the part that was like, because it had a real ring. And someone asked me the other day, I was like, why is it called a ring when it's not in a circle? I'm like,
I know. Why is it a ring if it's a
a
square?
boxing ring, yes, it's a square.
Yeah, I don't know.
we had a laugh over that. But then he really totally had like this like match going.
Yeah.
It was kind of, like I said, and Danny thinks it's all fake. He's like, it's all fake, right? And it's like for real. He's hitting him and it reminds him, trying to look really real. And it was funny. I thought it was kind of a fun little thing.
But as soon as he finds out that that he's not trying to get back at him, and then the fact that he kind of makes fun of his mom for being easy or like an obsessed or easy broad or whatever, he freaks out. That's my mom, and then he beats him.
It's just, the thing about this show that I'm always just curious about, because they do a lot of sex stuff involving the kids and the adult. I mean, they're all adults, but it's very close on that show.
Yes.
Tiffany asked, do you think Tucker and Bonnie should end up together?
I love it.
We've talked about it. We talked about it on the show. We talked about it with Tahj. They have their comedy gold. I don't think they should be end up together, but they remind me of Jack and Karen on Will and Grace, where they're like these funny side characters that whenever they get together, comedy ensues. Like it's just like this really kind of comedic thing.
I think it would be great. I mean, we saw the whole thing with Brad last week. We thought that chapter was finally going to end, but it isn't. So if they would have went that way, where they ended it, we're 6 seasons in now. I figured maybe Tucker had a chance, and that Tucker and Bonnie would do something, because they have had some moments. That one time when they were kissing and everything.
Yes.
Like I don't know. I could see it, and I think that would have been a fun direction to go with it. But I mean, now that Brad's in jail and she's going to wait for him forever, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go.
No, it's like I think it'd be cute, kind of, be kind of funny.
Yeah.
If Brad and her decide to fully break up, and she's distraught, and then when you wake up the next morning she's in bed with Tucker, it'd be kind of funny.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. That would be amazing.
Hey, writer's room next season.
I feel like if it would have happened, it would have happened by now. I think that they gave him the chance to break up, and it almost happened, but it didn't.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was the moment where it would have had to end, but now I don't know if it will.
Diane says needles freak her out too.
What?
Diane says that needles freak her out too.
Yes, I know. It's one of those things I just can't. Ooh.
Billie Jean Girl's like, Danny is so strong. Did you see how he picked up Tucker to get his phone? That's funny. Well, he's huge. The guy is huge. We haven't already. He's huge.
I know.
He's huge. I have been AfterBuzz for 2 years, and I have interviewed only 2 people who are that tall and huge: Pearson Fodam, Bold and Beautiful, and Derek.
Wow.
But it's just like, because I'm 6 feet tall myself, and you're about 6 feet tall, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, sure, why not? We'll say 6.
5'10".
He says tall personality.
Yes.
We'll say 6. With personality, you're 6.
Thanks.
But no, but like, so we're both relatively like considered tall or average tall. That somebody tall, I'm just like amazed.
I know.
We have a couple people who work here who are really tall too. So
I know, it's crazy, but I mean, it's so crazy because, I was talking to I forget her name, and I apologize, but the costume designer and who always dresses him, told me and some of the other
undresses him.
Yeah, told me and some of the other people who were guests of Freeform that day that he is normal size. He has, he fits in most larges, and he's just like, he's proportioned amazingly, but he's just tall. So he's proportioned great. And she said he wears regular clothes. She never has to go to
big and tall stores.
Nothing like that. She says,
I do. And I'm like half his size. I have to. I got big feet and everything. I have to go out to. That's not fair. That's very interesting. Yeah. That's very interesting that he does. He's proportioned normally.
But he's just tall. Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
So yeah, he wears larges. He
wears larges, you guys. They take a short for every episode just about. So I mean, why not? I guess. So in the end, Danny actually wins the fight.
Yep.
So the charity match, I guess the charity. That's one thing. The other storyline basically was Ben trying to find no strings attached sex.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I mean, I feel like we've seen this kind of episode so many times now, where he's trying to find someone that he can just lay, and that's pretty much it.
And he found someone.
He did, and he screwed it up this time.
Yes.
No pun intended.
All puns intended.
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
And the girl, she's Anita, and so.
Oh, I didn't even know her name. Okay. At this point, I've just forgotten the girls' names.
Girl number 5. Girl number 6.
5, number 6.
So he sleeps with her. They have sex. They don't show it, of course, but they imply that they have sex. And first of all, Riley thinks it's a big ruse. She thinks that, it's a girl. She wants more, and she's just playing you the line because she wouldn't text back and all that stuff. He's like, "What's going on?" He sends 23 texts to her.
And then he sees her at the wrestling match, and she's sitting there with her friend, and then basically he's like, "Oh, you're trying to follow me," and it turns out she was just trying to
watch
the game.
I was like, there you go, kids. I mean, it's just kind of like, okay, so here's just saying, okay, if Ben really wanted Elle, he would focus on Elle.
Exactly.
Rather than sleeping with Anita and Elle's friends. Ben should love being single before he commits to a relationship. Another person, I am so sick of Ben and all the random hookups. He's never going to grow up. So I wonder if that's the point. They're trying to show him that he's still kind of immature, I guess.
I mean, we've been seeing his immaturity for a long time now. I think that he got better, and then now he's just back to his even more immature self than he's ever been.
So I'm trying to figure out what the writers, their end game is. Like, is it because he was straightening out and then he lost out on Sam, and this Elle person's is like,
but he doesn't even know who Elle is.
Right.
Like, literally, you just saw her in the rain. Like,
right.
I mean, I've had those moments with girls too, but I get over it because I don't know the girl.
Right.
I feel like I mean, some people believe in love at first sight, and I think you can have feelings at first sight, but you can't just like, oh my gosh, this girl's in the rain, and we met eyes for 2 seconds. I'm in love with her. I need to find her, and I'm gonna sleep with all of her friends to get to her. That's not how this works.
Well, I guess they're trying to play it. I guess we won't see Elle again for a while.
Or maybe they're done with that storyline, and that's it. Who knows?
I wonder. Well, Baby Daddy throws curveballs all the time. They do.
Yeah,
they do that. They will throw a curveball once in a while. So we don't, I don't know how many episodes in we are at this point. I mean, how many have left to go? But I think we're about halfway through the season, I guess, maybe.
Well, we're only on season 6, episode 3.
We're at 3. I feel like we're here a lot. Like, so that's 23 episodes.
You're like,
kids.
we're pretty much done, aren't we? I'm
Are
like,
we done already?
I'm
like, no, we just started. Okay, we got a lot to go. Okay, thank you. We got a lot to go. I'm just like, I'm just like, oh, okay. So we got a while for Elle to come back.
Right.
I think she'll come back.
I think we have 7 more episodes before the mid-season finale.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Another 10 after that.
I think that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about the mid-season. Another big break for mid-season.
Yeah.
So we'll be here all year.
We'll be here all year. And I'm so excited to hopefully get some guests in.
Yes, and we are in talks with them. I want you guys to know that out there. We are in talks. We are in good talks, actually, with the team there. And they're excited. They want to bring people on here.
Yay.
We're going to figure it all out, the timing. Some of the actors are doing other things at the moment.
Right.
They're working.
They're working.
And we know how it is. When you get a job in Hollywood, you work.
Yes.
You take that job. Sip my tea real quick.
Amen. I'm so excited, though. I just really hope that this season we can get Chelsea in, because she's one who hasn't came in.
Yeah, she's come in, yeah. And we got Melissa.
Melissa wants to come in.
She wants to come in. So we can get her in here.
And then Jean-Luc. We gotta get him in.
He's like the elusive guy. We could never seem to get a hold of him.
I know. I've never even met him, and I've been to like 2 tapings
I
now.
haven't met him either. I went to one taping and met him.
And I've even been around him 3 times, because the one time when I went with Freeform, he was there, and I was watching Derek, because Derek was showing me some tricks with Neptune, his dog.
Okay.
And so I guess one of the guests of Freeform met him briefly and said, "Hey, how's it going?" "Oh, good, okay, cool." And then he started walking, and I was like, "Oh,
dang it."
I know. But I have met Chelsea now.
Yeah, because I helped him.
Because you helped me. We talked about this last week.
So you got him some Chelsea. Hopefully this season. Oh, wait, let's go first. Yeah, Ben giving up on Elle. So I don't know if I don't know. Definitely needs to grow up. He seems to make progress and goes right back to old ways, which is sometimes a younger person's trait that happens sometimes. And guys mature slower than women.
But he has a baby. He's been doing this for 6 years now.
And again, isn't she cute? And the tea party was so cute.
That was adorable.
And she's saying lines. When they show her new room.
I know. That was awesome. I
That was
love
very
that
cute.
they did that.
They gave her a room. They gave her a room, and she was like, "He's all you gotta do is pay me and kisses, and I love you." She goes, "I love you."
Aw, I know, and it's so cute because I love the fact that like she has her own room now, and I think Ben got a little lonely at the end of the episode.
Yes, that was cute.
Yeah.
He laid in bed with her, and I used to my daughter sometimes. I'd lay in her. She had a big bed, and with one side had a railing on. I'd put on the railing. I'd lay in bed with her sometimes.
Aww.
And she would sleep, and I'd just laying there.
Oh, that's so cute.
She used to kick though.
Ooh, I would have been out. I would have been like, all right, you were cute for a second. Now you're kicking. I'm out
she used to kick. She for a baby. For a small kid, she kicked hard.
You're like, excuse me.
She was good in soccer later.
I'm sure
and
she
water
was.
polo. She could kick.
Yes.
She could tread water.
Yep.
That's for you, Monica. Love you. And it does feel like a How I Met Your Mother type thing with Ben and Elsa. Oh, maybe it's going to be like later on they finally meet, and then
maybe like the last episode of the whole series. They'll be like,
could be funny.
Hey, Elle, and then they end it. But I mean, I want to see some chemistry. I want to see
some chemistry.
See what's going to go on. I feel like I feel like I'd like to see everyone end up in a relationship or somewhat happy. And I feel like either everyone's going to end up happy, Bonnie's going to have Brad out of jail at the very end of the series. It's all going to be a great time. And then I feel like Ben's going to be looking around and he's going to be like, okay, I'm happy for everyone. And then he's either just going to never find anyone and that's how the series ends, or he's going to see Elle and then walk up to her and then it'll end. That's my prediction.
Okay,
that's my biggest prediction of the whole series.
And you guys are right. The little girls are growing up so cute. They're so cute.
They're adorable.
They're really cute. And so maybe one day we'll have them in.
That would be amazing.
They're with their parents. Have them in.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So we get them to talk. Tell some secrets. Tell us.
Or we'll have the mom sit here and then the baby sit on each side. And they're not that talkative, but maybe they can pipe up here and there.
We'll work on that also, of
yeah.
course. It was definitely pretty rom-commy. Emma's so cute. Love having her lines. Girl, yeah. So they're growing up. They are.
I love them.
I mean, it's already time for us to end the show. That was quick.
That was.
It goes by so fast. But we want to see more. It seems like you guys agree with us. You want to see more variety in storylines. So hopefully, maybe more will come.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the last of it. I don't know.
I know. I love this show so much.
Too.
And this was the only episode that I kind of was like, okay, we've talked
here.
about sex for a long time now. Like, can we move on to a different topic?
Same here.
Because there's a way more to life than just sex.
And the kids are growing up and stuff. And there's more you can mine out of that.
Yeah.
In storylines. So, but maybe they will. Like I said, when the start of the show, we saw it wasn't about sex. I think it wasn't. I don't think the show we saw.
I don't think so.
So maybe,
there's hope.
There's always hope.
There's always
hope. You guys, thanks so much for watching and here. I mean, you guys are always great. And you're talking and you're talking to us and I just Tiffany thinks Sam's gonna come at some point out of nowhere. I mean, happen. Go ahead, tell them where they can find you.
You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones, and my new talk show, Millennial Hollywood, on AfterBuzz TV's Popcorn Talk this Friday, 3 p.m. or 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Whoa. I'm going to have special guest Megan Rinks in to talk about her new podcast.
Okay, very good. I'm like, okay. What about me? Hey. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr. Of course, you can follow me at James Lott Jr., where James Lott Jr.'s are sold. And what you can do is I have a radio show called The SOS Show, James Lott Jr. It's on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Spreaker.com under JLJ Media. And I have a new venture that I'm co-producing called Meet the Host. And it's all about hosting and stuff. Yes, it is. I've kind of joined in as an executive producer, and it's a great thing. So if you're into hosting or you are a host, check us out. And we have new shows every Monday.
Wow,
so there you
cool.
go. And of course, subscribe to AfterBuzz TV.
Yes.
Subscribe to this. Comment on our show, Baby Daddy. Rate us. We'll read the comments on air. If you go there on iTunes, we'll read the comments on air. Me and Dakota will read them on air if you rate us and say hi to us.
Let's do it.
We love you guys. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.